Here I go, starting all over again. You know how it is when the enemy doesn't want you to preach. Now I'm going to say it as quick as possible because I told this story many times, but I get a lot of stories out of this part of the Bible. You know, in the beginning of time when God made the world, He made the heavens and the earth and everything that is in it. He made the mountains, the lakes, the ocean, the waterfalls. He made the desert. He made the forest, the fish, everything that's in the ocean, the whales, you know. He made animals, you know, horses and cows and zebras and stuff, you know. He made all the crawling things and all the slithering things. And then one day he decided to rest. You know, the sixth day, the seventh day, he relaxed and he rested. And he thought to make a woman or a man. He said, let me make a man. So he decided to make a man. He laid down a spirit and he made the man, the spirit, a body out of the dirt. Then he breathed into him and called him Adam, and he rose. And then he told him, you know, go into the garden. That's a garden. Those are fruits. You can eat of any of that, but don't touch that tree. And then he rested. And then he saw that Adam was by himself. So he decided to make a woman. So he turned around and he brought a spirit. He laid her down, took a rib out of Adam and put it into the woman. And he made a woman. He breathed into her and she came alive and she was a woman. She said, Adam, I made you a companion. This is Eve. I want you to go into the garden and she can eat of anything but the tree that I told you is forbidden. Don't touch it. Then the devil was far away watching God, you know, make man and woman. He was jealous because God made a man. God made a body. God gave them life. God had a plan. God was going to do something with the world. So Satan was jealous and he was there to corrupt everything God has made. So what did Satan do? Satan went and he imitated a snake. He imitated a snake. You know what imitation is, right? So he turned around, says they're in the spiritual realm. He imitated a snake. And that snake talked to Eve and made Eve eat the apple. He convinced her to eat the apple, told her it tastes good. It's wonderful. Taste it, taste it. She tasted. Then she noticed she was naked. She turned around and went to Adam and said, Adam, look, I taste the fruit that God didn't want us to eat, but it tastes so good. It's so delicious. Taste it. It's like no other fruit in the garden. And he went and said, no, I don't want it. But she kept tempting him and bothering him and gossiping and saying things that she turned around and made him eat it. And he said, yes, it tastes good. Then they noticed they were naked. And they looked at each other. Then God came and said, Adam, Adam, where are you? Where are you, Adam? And they didn't want to come out of the garden because they were naked. But God didn't know what was going on because God was busy planning things. So he said, Adam, come out of the garden. I'm calling you. Why you're not listening? And then he called again, Adam. And he said, yes, Lord. And he said, why are you not coming out to speak to me? He said, because I'm naked. He said, how do you know you're naked? And then Adam said, the woman you gave me made me eat the fruit that was forbidden for me to eat. He said, for that, you're going to have to work and sweat and support her for the rest of your life. Get out of my garden and go work. So I don't know what happened there, but I know the devil was watching them. You know, the fallen angel, Lucifer, was watching them. And he was there to corrupt those two people's lives. They made babies after babies after babies after babies, generation after generation after generation. Satan was there making his plan, you know, trying to corrupt what God is doing. He started corrupting the people, talking to them, tormenting them, harassing them, you know. From there, he turned around. And people started passing away. And the generation after generation, he started teaching those spirits how to torment people. And that's how it is, you know. He started teaching the souls how to torment people that were alive. And it was just going generation after generation after generation after generation. It just kept on going and going and going and going, that it was all over, you know, the world. And today it's still going on, but we call it Santeria, we call it Wicked, we call it voodoo, we call it black magic, we call it, satanic, diabolical. God had a plan for those souls. Those souls were supposed to be resting. And to the day that Jesus Christ comes back to pick up the